Good morning. Welcome back to the heart of Jackson County. I'm Lee Keith.
I'm Keith Deese.
And joining us today is our special guest, Mr. John Vannell. John, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm John Vannell. I own Carter's Law Enforcement Store in Marianna, Florida. Carter's has been around over 50 years, and I'll tell you, we're proud to be there, and we're there to serve law enforcement. We're there to serve fire, any kind of first responder, and the community.
We want to say thank you guys so very much for all the input, all the participation, all the interaction with the content in the media that the Heart of Jackson County, this very unique, very one-of-a-kind broadcast show is putting out. We had a trivia contest last week, and it is good news. We have a winner. We had several correct answers, but we have the first correct answer was received by the requirements that we asked for, which was through our email, which provided us a timestamp. And we have got a winner to our trivia contest, and that trivia contest was a fun one, wasn't it, Keith?
It was. Turns out it was a little more difficult than what we thought it was going to be.
maybe because we were so familiar with the subject of the contest.
Right.
If you want to talk about it just a second, Keith, I'll show a picture of what it was and who it was, and we'll let everybody out there know exactly who it was.
All right. So the trivia actually came from the 1956 Majoffalo or Marianna High School yearbook. He's a local guy, very well known in the community. And we're going to put his picture back up here.
Yeah, this was the picture of the contest for the trivia, and the thing was who is this? And this is a very young, very stout, very ready to go get 'em, Johnny McDaniel. This is Johnny P. McDaniel as a young man in his Marianna High School football uniform. And it's funny, his number is 62. If you reverse those numbers and add 2, that's how many years he served as sheriff of Jackson County. So thank you to everybody that participated. Thank you to everybody that sent us. We got direct messages on our platforms. We got emails. And man, what a great fun time this was. And we did get a winner. And that winner is going to receive the $40 gift card from Spring Hill Harvest from Miss Dawn Hatcher, from our guest from last week. And we've got an exciting gift coming up this week that the Heart of Jackson County is sponsoring from Carter's Law Enforcement as well, right, Keith?
That's right. We won't give Mr. John Vannell here plenty of time to talk about his business, but we do want to thank everybody for their participation. We want to thank everybody for your views, your likes, your comments, your emails. We really appreciate that. That's what we need. We need this interaction. It is for the community. We're community-oriented and focused, and that's why we're here right now.
That's right. We are all about the heart of Jackson County. The folks, the servants, the teachers, the people who put this county on the map, keep it going, and the folks that make this community so very unique and, as Keith said last week, so very special. Mm-hmm. It's a very special, very unique county, not only to us, the folks that live here, but actually to the state of Florida. We have a big agricultural impact on the state and on the United States as well because of the type of county and the agriculture that we have here. And we produce some great athletes, some wonderful college students. We've got a beautiful state college here at Chipola, which used to be a junior college when I was going, right? And we've got just so many positive things that are good about this county. It's almost impossible to cover them all. But today we're covering and highlighting one, which is a very special business owner, Carter's Law Enforcement. John Vannell, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, John, tell us a little bit about your ties with the community.
Okay, well, I actually started out in Gadsden County. I was a Gadsden County deputy, and I loved it. I would have done it for free. There was an old police chief one time. He said, "How do you like being a deputy, son?" I said, "I'd do it for free." He said, one day you're going to figure out you did.
You do, don't you? That's right. You'll never get rich.
Not
will
getting
you?
rich, no,
Never.
sir.
So I got hired by Florida Highway Patrol, and I retired from there. I was assigned to Jackson County. I've worked every county in the Panhandle. Wonderful organization, Florida Highway Patrol, along with these other agencies. They do their job. I thank God for them. So the time came that I retired, I was able to actually purchase Carter's Law Enforcement Store. It's Carter's LEO Supply, Leo, for law enforcement officer. John and Cheryl Carter, that store's been around for over 50 years.
Wow.
And John and Cheryl Carter, he's a retired police officer, and they had the store, and then it's amazing, John and Cheryl Carter sold it to John and Cheryl Vanell.
That's
my wife and
amazing,
I.
right?
It is.
What a coincidence, right?
Absolutely.
We don't
I feel-
believe in those, do we?
Nope, I feel like it was definitely divine.
Absolutely.
And so with that, with divine appointments, I thank God we were able to purchase a store, and now we're able to serve. We have many different areas we serve. I'm also a preacher. I have a church in Cottondale. It's called Faith Community South Church. We have services Sunday at 11, Wednesday at 7. On Wednesday nights, you can ask any question from the Word of God, and we'll answer it. The only dumb question's the one you don't ask.
Tell us where that's located at in Cottondale, John.
Okay, if you go into Cottondale from Marianna on 90, you're going west, you'll come to the only traffic light right there at 90 and 231. You make a right-hand turn, and we're the third place on the left. You've got Tom Thumb. Used to be Captain Lee's Seafood. Now
Right.
it's some kind of smoke shop.
It is.
Okay, then the next building is a little white church for red doors.
That's the one.
And we've been there 12 years.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's the beautiful people.
They are. They're beautiful people over there. And we miss the old days of the old Watermelon Alley right there in
Yes, sir.
Cottondale. You know, so many things have changed in Jackson County over the last 30 years.
Yes.
I moved up here in 1990, and you know, the county, the land, the structure, the beauty here is still the same. But the ebb and flow of people coming and going out of this, good actors, bad actors, as is a buzzword, as a lot of people like to say, and the influx of people moving in, and then the outflux of people moving out of this county, getting out of here. But when we talk about Carter's Law Enforcement is an icon to me
Yes.
for Marianna and Jackson County.
Yes, sir.
I've got every gun I've ever purchased from Carter's Law, from Mr. John Carter.
Yes.
I've still got police equipment. I've got my recruit box. As a matter of fact, I believe I still have one of my old badge holders from my Marianna PD shield that I bought from Mr. John way back in the day.
Totally awesome. We still have badge holders there of all different types.
Bought one yesterday.
Awesome.
You bought one yesterday?
Yes, I did.
George talk you into it?
No, I went there for that purpose, but
Oh, George, you sold your badge
he
holder.
did. He got me.
We love you, George. I know
We do.
George works for you. John, can you tell us a little bit about the people that work with you?
Absolutely. Well, okay, we have George Dotson. George Dotson was Jackson County Sheriff's Office. He was also Cottondale Police Department. He retired from Cottondale. He was the police officer that everybody loved. Everybody loved George because he was approachable, he was smart, he was personable, and he knew his job. He knew how to take care of business, and I don't think you could ask for a better suited man for community service and community protection. So now he's come over to Carter and he helps me there. Best help I could ever ask for. He knows what he's talking about. The one thing about Carter's that we had spoken about before was that you can't really put just somebody in there that doesn't know something about law enforcement.
That's true.
It's nice when you have retired police officers. We know what it's about. I've told people I've used both of those items and that one works better. I don't care for this one because of this. You can give them your opinion on experience you've had with it. I love that part of it, to be able to help people. And the biggest thing we want is our first responders to be safe.
Amen.
And then the other thing is, they used to say, friends don't let friends drive drunk. I want to tell you something. Friends don't let friends go to hell. I've asked police officers, I've said, would you leave another officer wounded in an alley? Oh, no, I'd never do that. Well, you going to let them go to hell? I'd rather have you leave me in an alleyway, okay, than let me go to hell. And so with it, the first and foremost part of that business is we share the gospel with people.
That's
Now,
awesome.
Yep, I don't push the gospel on people. If somebody don't want to hear it, that's fine. I'm just here to present it. If somebody has ears to hear, I share it with them. And the beautiful thing about salvation, it's a gift.
Right.
And a gift is something that's received.
Amen.
And Jesus paid for it. These fine men will give away a prize for various things. Jesus gives eternal life to anyone who wants it. But he paid for it with his own life.
And there's no qualifying. Like the trivia that we're going to do today, we're going to be giving away a very special gift, a very unique and very comprehensive tactical flashlight. It comes in its own little waterproof type Pelican case. We're going to be giving that away and sponsoring that from the heart of Jackson County. But when it comes to salvation, John, there's no requirements for that, is there?
It's level ground at
It's
Calvary.
level ground. It's a gift that's already been given, and the only thing you have to do is
Receive it.
receive it.
But if you don't receive it, it's not yours.
That's right.
It's amazing.
Tell us about the supplies and the give us a little inside scoop
Yes.
of Carter's LEO supply or Carter's Law Enforcement.
Absolutely. One thing I love is that we try to supply everything we can. If we don't have something, we'll get it for you. They used to say, if you want it, we've got it. If we don't have it, we'll get it. And if we can't get it, you don't need it.
They don't make it. Right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's
But
right.
the thing is, I will order things for people. We'll have people come through and need something maybe we don't have on the shelf. I'll do the best I can to get it for them. We can get holsters. We have duty holsters. I can get custom-made holsters.
Tell me about those.
I can do a custom-made holster, and a lot of them are less than $125. They can custom make it to fit your particular weapon, whether you have a laser or a flashlight on it. They can make it to fit your needs.
Now, earlier before the show, you and I were talking, and Keith, the three of us were talking about guns.
Yes.
It's hard not to talk about.
Yeah.
And we were talking about our Colt 1911s.
Yes.
I like to wear my Colt 1911 in the small of the back, an SOB.
Yes.
Small of back. That's what SOB stands for in this situation.
Yes. I've heard it used in other
I have too. I've heard. I've actually been called.
I like your.
I believe I've been called a small of the back a few times. But it can. Are we talking about soft holsters, hard holsters, Kydex?
We've got 'em
carbon
all.
fiber, all that stuff.
I even have pocket holsters, like
Really?
sticky pocket holsters, where you can just, if you're wearing regular trousers, you can put a revolver in your pocket if you're legally able to carry it, and you won't even be able to tell it's being carried.
And it's one of those kind of holsters that's got an outer grip, so when you put your hand in your pocket or in your cargo in your back, and you pull the weapon out in a time of crisis or a time of life or death,
Yes.
that holster has the ability to stay securely in the pocket and allow the weapon to freely move out of it.
Correct. In fact, I happen to have one right here, and I sell them. And we're having this in a safe position.
That's right,
We're holding it.
absolutely.
Absolutely. This is a sticky pocket holster. The reason they call it sticky, it's designed to stay in your pocket, and when you remove the weapon comes out, but this stays in your pocket. It keeps it safe from accidental discharge. These are very affordable. I sell these for about $35, $36.
That's nice. And you
And
know,
they're
I got to
great.
tell you, pre-show, I didn't know you had that in your pocket.
There you
I
go.
didn't either.
Absolutely.
I mean, not once did I recognize, and you're wearing a pair of dress-like trousers,
Correct.
which you think would have a sag or a weight down imprint
Yes.
or something to it with a little 5 or 6 shot revolver, and I couldn't even tell you had one in.
Absolutely. Then I also carry these at the store. These are just for extra ammo. What I like about this better than a speed loader sticks out in your pocket.
Right.
This sits nice and flat. And I really appreciate you can put it right there in your pocket. You got 6 more rounds if you need them.
That's really cool, John. You have a lot of unique products like that, don't you?
Yes, sir, we do. And we stock Rothko. We stock proper pants. We have ones for law enforcement, corrections. We have correctional hats. A lot of them, when their hat wears out or they're out in the sun and it gets gray, they can't get a new hat. They're
That's
waiting
right.
to get one. They come to our store and for $21.99, they're walking out with a brand new hat.
Right. That's
We
right.
have summer hat, winter hats. We have ones that fit the head perfectly. We have some that are adjustable that the ladies will put their ponytail through. I don't think any of us have that problem.
I
here.
haven't had a ponytail
Yeah.
in a long time.
There you go. We even have the summer ones that breathe, and that's an important thing too.
Yeah.
When it's hot out
Have
there.
you got any with fans on them?
No, we don't. But we do have ones with brim for like when you're going to the range.
Yep.
We have shooting glasses. We have ammo, which we're going to talk about here. in
You
a
got
little bit.
ears?
We do. We have earpieces that'll go on. We even have the earphones that go on.
Nice. You sound like that. The Carter's Law Enforcement that I remember from back in the early '90s. It was full of stuff.
Yes.
And Mr. John had. It was stacked to the roof, all with everything. But with the different change of products, the different change of accessories, the different change of technologies and stuff like that.
Yes.
you've got even more stuff, or the availability of different lines of products
Yes.
than there ever has been before, correct?
Absolutely. See, I'm one of these people that don't believe man evolves, that man was created. But when it comes to products, supply, demand, that does evolve. And as time's gone on, things have changed, and we try to make sure people have what they need to do the job. We have people that'll be going to a meeting with corrections, and they find out they lost one of their little lieutenant bars, or their tie has a stain on it. They'll stop at Carter's. We have black ties in there for $9.99.
No way.
They can walk right on out with it. We have green ones for deputies left over in the day. I like it. I have one for if I need wearing something, I need a green tie.
Yeah.
Christmas time, it's perfect.
That's right.
So
what about the little handcuff tie tags?
I have.
We have-
I got one of those.
I have plenty of
I
those.
got one of those too.
We have them. We have different ID holders. We have retractable ID holders. We have retractable key holders.
Lanyards.
Well, absolutely. We have lanyards for your ID. We have ones that look like they're waterproof that you can take fishing with you.
Now, I know Keith wants to ask you something, but I want to ask you this: the things that you're actually describing there, those products, those retractable key holders, the lanyards, the ID holders, man, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, there's a lot of professions in this county
Yes.
that can also benefit from those products as well.
Absolutely. We have people from the county road department. We have people from all over. And the county does a wonderful thing here I'm very impressed with. Some of the county employees can come in and they get a boot voucher.
That's nice.
Yep. So we stock Reebok. We stock Thurgood. We have some different boot lines, and we always keep those below suggested retail. We have people go to Walmart and buy a cheap pair of boots, and they're sorry they bought it.
They have blowouts, don't they?
Oh, yeah. They
like
come
a
buy it from us.
retreaded tire.
And I want to tell you, Reebok are our best seller.
Yep.
Rockies are good boots. They're a solid boot, but Reeboks are they're like a basketball sneaker. You can run in them. You can play basketball in them. And I have correctional officers that wear them, and they put some miles on them on their feet.
Sure.
When they wear them out, they come in and say, you know what, give me another pair of those. That's all I want, because they're that comfortable. It's important. Comfort means something, especially your health, and your feet are important when you're walking around on concrete.
Shoot, yeah. I mean, being on there at the Jackson Correctional Institute, or walking around the compound, or constantly doing transports, being out in that sun. Yeah.
At being out in the rain, being out in, and I'm
Absolutely.
even going to throw this at you, the snow.
The snow. That's right.
Once in a
As
while.
of last year.
Yeah.
Keith, you got any questions for John?
I do. So some of the products I see here on the table, you brought these from your shop, correct?
That's correct.
You want to walk us through some of it?
Absolutely. I'd be delighted to. Let's start with the most important thing out there, marriage. Okay? God first, then your spouse. We have Blue Line wedding rings. We have these available. The last 2 years I put in with the state, I was inspecting trucks. I was doing the commercial vehicle enforcement. And I found that you can't be wearing one of these metal wedding rings because it's dangerous.
It is.
You could possibly get caught on something, get hurt, possibly lose a digit,
That's right.
or even get pulled into something and possibly be killed. Stranger things have happened.
Get your whole arm ripped off by one ring, right?
Absolutely. So I found these rubber ones are for safety. If something gets a hold of them, they'll either break or come off. They're perfect, and they're only $9.99.
Love those rings.
Yep.
That specific, that's Rothco, correct?
Rothco, great brand.
Great brand, and it's very hard to find other places. And on top of that, you're not buying it from some, pardon me, I'm starving. You're not buying it from some other source. You're getting it right here, right now.
Yes.
And you don't have to wait. You can leave the store. You got multiple sizes.
We know they can get them. They can get the right size and walk right on out with
That's
it.
awesome.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so also we have a couple things. I have some ammo that I like to show, and this here is Zero ammo. It's made in Alabama. It's good ammo.
My drill sergeant called me that one time. Called me a zero.
Oh, I've heard different things
You
in a
don't-
military
you don't
setting.
say.
Yeah.
You don't
I've heard it where they'll say whatever the lowest thing was, you're underneath of that.
You're under that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with it, when they used 38s, when it was common for police officers to use 38s, and when the military used 38s, 38s would poke a hole in someone, but they didn't necessarily incapacitate them.
Right.
So they came up with a weapon that was a semi-automatic that was able to have knockdown power and have enough power to cycle the weapon, and it was the 45.
Ooh, I love that. That's my lucky number.
The 45 is my favorite round of all time.
Mine
If
too.
I was able to carry any weapon I want as a police officer, I'd be carrying a 45. For 10 years on the highway patrol, I carried a 45 with a gap round in it, It's a good round.
It is a good round.
And so, with that being the case, I have those there at the store. Now, let me tell you about some real deals I have. I get excited about.
Uh-oh,
I'm not here.
Are you making deals live on the show?
Oh, my goodness, absolutely. And let me tell you why. When I get a deal, I give a deal. If I sell something to you at one price this week, and my supplier somehow gives me a better deal where I get it for less money, I give it to the customer, to the consumer, at less money. Okay?
That's not normal.
No, it's about having integrity.
It is.
Okay, and I've seen businesses that have it, like when plywood. I want to tell you, Bailey's Lumber. Let me give you a plug for Bailey's, and they didn't ask me to do this, something they did. When plywood in the past years was so high, and you were paying $50 or $60 for a half-inch piece
I
of
remember
plywood.
those days. Steve.
Absolutely.
Remember those?
I was making a pantry for my wife and I. And I got some birch plywood to make those shelves. And I thought, I hate to see what the price of those is going to be. And I went on up to Bailey's, and they said, I think the price was $53. And I said, what's the deal with that? Because that's cheap. They said, well, we don't
birch.
sell much of it.
Yeah.
And because of it, that's the price we got it at, so that we're selling it at the price we'd sell it for.
Wow.
They weren't going to try to skin somebody. Someone else would jack their prices up. They gave whatever their profit margin, they were content making that. Those are people with integrity up there.
That's right.
And so I like to give them business, and I like to have that same integrity.
So make some deals to talk to me. Let's
Okay.
tell what the folks who are watching the heart of Jackson County can come and get.
Oh, I'll tell you a great one here. I have got Remington. I'll have different brands, but usually I'll have 9mm at a deal. I've got some Remington Full Metal Jacket 9mm, 50 round box for $19.99. Okay. I also have some other brands. I have a signature Target brand here, 9mm, 50 rounds, $19.99. But just like the infomercials say, that's not all.
But wait,
there's more.
That's right.
And so with it, if somebody will buy more than one box, I'll take 20% off the already great price.
So 2 boxes is more than one.
Yes. Normally, 2 is more than one.
As a matter of fact, it's double.
It's 1 then 2. That's correct.
All right, that is amazing. Go ahead, John.
So absolutely. So even if someone comes in and buys different ammo, they buy a box of 45s and they buy a box of 9mm, I'll take 20% off the purchase if it's more than one box.
What about, I see you got some buckshot up there. What about I came in and I want to buy a couple of boxes of buckshot and a box of pistol ammo?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you what I got here with this. I have Super 8. This is double-aught buck 12 gauge. One thing about it, I was selling it in the past for $8 a box, and I was selling it as fast as I could get it. Well, then I couldn't get it there for a while. All of a sudden, now I can get it again. You know what the price is? $8. If you'll buy more than one box, I'll take 20% off of that. So you're getting it for about $6.40 a box for Winchester.
Shut up.
Absolutely. And so with that being the case, but see, I like deals. Okay, that's not all.
And wait, there's more.
I've even got some deals going. I have some Rio buckshot. I've heard you say you like Rio.
I like Rio buckshot.
I got Rio buckshot. Let me tell you about it. This stuff's so pretty, I almost don't want to shoot it, okay?
Right.
Let me tell you. Look at that pretty little casing right there.
It is, ain't
It's got 9.33 caliber projectiles in there that you can see. It's high brass, and I'm selling these for $5 a box.
And it is hunting season coming up.
It is coming.
Absolutely.
Hunting season is on the way. I can't wait for the pumpkin spice lattes and the deer stand.
They're getting
You
better
can't
than
do
that.
both in the same place.
Absolutely.
You actually can.
Well, you could.
You could.
Absolutely.
Deer like coffee. So.
They do like coffee, actually.
So tell us a little bit about your flashlight right here.
That's one of my favorite subjects, gentlemen. Okay, I found that law enforcement always needs a good flashlight. They don't need a junky light that comes from the local supermarket. They need something that's quality. This is actually a law enforcement light. It has the just losing my term.
It happens to us all the time. Yeah.
It's got the little corrugated edges on it. That's the term I need. The corrugated edges. Okay. Law enforcement.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually scalloped was the word I was looking
edges.
for.
There you go.
It's one thing that law enforcement officer knows how to use those edges right there. It's designed for protection.
It's for a specific
Absolutely.
purpose,
What I love, though, about this is that most of the time a flashlight like this, if it was a stream light, would be going for about at least $230.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay? Now, this is a no-name brand, foreign made, but the good thing about it, it's something that we can get in people's hands and it works good. This thing is close to 1 million lumens.
Wow,
A million
that's a
lumens
lot.
is bright.
That's a lot.
When people are in the store, I ask them, I'll say, if you would, close your eyes. And I'll shine this, I'll just put this across their eyes in the daytime with their eyes closed. And they go, oh, that was bright, with their eyes closed.
Right.
You all saw I did a demo in here where this lit the whole room up,
did, it
wide,
did,
skinny, and so
absolutely.
on. What I love about it, it has a rechargeable battery, but you plug it into a standard UPC port.
Wow.
Okay, works perfect. You can keep it in your center console. You can plug it in your house. It's ready. If something happens where you don't have any power, you can put 3 AA's in it.
So it's got an internal rechargeable battery.
Correct.
And then it comes with a adapter so that you can use an additional power source in case that goes dead.
Absolutely. This won't be as bright, but it'll get you by.
Wow, John.
And that's great. Now let me tell you what's even better. Okay, that's not all.
Wait, there's more.
Exactly. Most of the time when people come in and they buy one of these, and they go over to the wall and they pick out a holder for it, a holster, something to put on their belt to carry their flashlight. This one here comes with its own holder right in the box.
Well, a lot of correctional officers can use that as well, can't they?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This will go right on your belt, and you can carry it. It's got a nice case. You were calling it a Pelican type case.
Yep, it is.
It comes with that.
It's foam lined, foam padded, like an egg crate padded, and it's got a lanyard. Now, is the lanyard on this? You mind if I grab it?
Go right ahead.
That's got some weight to it,
It's got
John.
some weight to it. It feels
That
like
has got
quality.
some weight.
You know what I love about it is if that was a Streamlight, you're looking at at least $230 for
Oh,
that.
if not more,
But now let's just
absolutely.
say I could offer that to someone, let's say at half price for $115. It would sound like a good deal, right?
Right.
Well, let's just keep breaking it down. How about at Carter's, $35.99?
For this light, $35 for this light.
Correct.
Guys, I don't know if you need to go by and see this. This light has got some weight to it. I mean, it is hefty. And if I was having to use those scallop serrated or tactical edges on,
Yes.
on this, I believe I could get my point across to the spider that I was trying to smash, or the roach, because I'm definitely afraid of roaches.
There you go.
I could probably use that to take a palmetto bug out pretty easy, couldn't I?
It would do perfect.
And I would probably try to blind him too, because I would
Yep.
probably try to torture the roach. At the
You can
same
see
time.
what you
Anyway,
Yes, absolutely.
So you sell these every day, $35.99.
Correct. Now I'll get different ones. Sometimes this line will get discontinued and I'll get one similar. They don't always have a holster, but for right now they do have a holster. And what I have, I put out there on the market because I want the law enforcement officer to have what he needs out there.
absolutely.
And I see so many of them come into it, and I don't see departments supplying a light. I don't see departments supplying those kind of things.
That's right.
So with it, when they come in, I say, hey, let's get you fixed up with something. And then I even at
You
the
need a
store,
light in your car. I mean,
Yeah.
for God's sakes, you need flashlights everywhere. You
Yeah.
need it in the map pocket.
Yes.
You need it in your patrol organizer on your seat.
Yep.
You need one on your belt. You need one in the trunk. You need them everywhere, literally.
You do. And let me
that's
tell you,
speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something else I have I didn't even mention about is I've got little tiny tactical lights that work off AAA. And they're bright, they're good looking, they're tough. And the thing about it, you ever get stuck where you got to buy someone a gift? You have to get somebody a gift. They're going away or something happens and you got to get them something. I have these little tactical lights that are the coolest thing. When people get them, they go, this thing is so cool.
Yeah.
$4.99.
And it's an LED light.
Absolutely.
Wow.
$4.99.
That reminds
With
me
the
of the old
battery,
Sabre.
with the battery.
With the battery. Remember the old Sabre lights that used to use the CR123, the little round watch
Yes,
battery?
absolutely.
I've still got one of those. It used to go on our keychains.
Yes.
And you'd have it, and it would be a little blue light or something for, it was so cool. But
Definitely
those
cool.
things were $20 20 years
then,
ago.
yeah.
I remember lights where you had to have a stack of watch batteries.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So it's always good when you buy a light to know that you're able to get a battery. Okay, we can get batteries for these lights, but the good thing is if you get in a bad position, you can load it up with some standard AAAs, 3 of them, and use it. But it's a good light, and it's good enough that if it'll last you for years, and with it, under normal use, something happens that wears out, come get another one.
That's right.
You
That's
buy
right.
3 of those, and you still haven't gotten to half price of one Streamlight.
Absolutely right. As a Streamlight owner myself, I can tell you
Yep.
that is the truth. And I'm going to come by and get one of those. Keith, speaking of that, lead into the trivia question here.
Okay, so
and then we got a couple more things to get from John, and then we'll close the show out for the day.
So our trivia. First off, let's announce the prize for the trivia. The prize for the trivia, sponsored by the Heart of Jackson County.
A handshake.
a handshake, and the flashlight that we're talking about. So you win this trivia
flashlight
contest, you'll get this flashlight and everything that goes along with the little kit, just by answering one question for us. Awesome. There again, all of the criteria still apply. You have to do it by email. That way you get a date and a time stamp. The first person with the correct answer is going to win that flashlight and that kit. So there again, people that are directly involved with this broadcast are not going to be eligible for that. Family members, that type of thing.
Wait a minute. I can't win this?
No, but you can go purchase one for $35.99 at Carter's.
Oh, that's right. And a $5 dadgum box of double alt buckshot for hunting season.
And you can also buy 45 caliber ammo, 9mm, and a sundry of other products.
Absolutely.
But no hats with fans.
No hats with fans. No,
and if they buy even a larger amount, I'm into making deals. If someone wants to make a deal and they want a whole case of something, I can even get them a little better price.
That's awesome, John.
All right. So here is the trivia question for this week. And it refers to last week's show. So last week I talked about some of the new laws, one of them being the dangerous speeding law.
That's correct.
When I was talking about that law, I referred to the actual Florida statute. So the first person that responds by email to us, and I'll put this contact information up here in just a second, with the correct Florida statute will win this product here.
So last week's episode is already pasted. Yeah, it's pasted. It's pasted. It has been viewed. Guys, you don't understand. We've had almost 20,000 people visit our page and watch these last 3 videos. Yes. This is only the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
Almost 20,000 people have interacted with us over the last 21 days. And it is it's mind-boggling at the support that's coming in. But I'll say this. So episode 2 is the one that Keith is talking about. Yep. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
And in episode 2, if you'll go back to our Facebook, our YouTube, or our X page,
and I'll go ahead and put that up here.
You'll see episode 2. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. There's a program breakdown listed on episode 2 in the comments section above the actual video. So,
yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying.
First one.
The first one to email us at heartofjacksoncounty@gmail.com. heartofjacksoncounty@gmail.com with the correct Florida statute referring to the dangerous speeding law that was in last week's episode.
That's right.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and read out the other contact information. YouTube at the Heart of Jackson County, X at the Heart of Jaco, and Facebook the Heart of Jackson County. But the answer to the trivia has to come by Gmail.
That's right. So, get you a cup of coffee, watch the episode. You can skip through it, you can fast forward, you can rewind, do whatever you'd like. But the very first person to respond to the Heart of Jackson County at gmail.com, or excuse me, Heart of Jackson County at gmail.com will win or be gifted the flashlight from Carter's Law Enforcement and Mr. John Vanell. John, tell us a little bit about the requirements of having to have an ID or having to show proof of law enforcement or first responder employment. Some of your stuff, you're going to require that.
Correct.
But we're talking about boots, hats, shirts, general merchandise stuff. Nothing that has an insignia or could identify someone as a first responder or law enforcement officer. You're particular about that.
Correct.
But when it comes to the ammo, the flashlights, the pants, I know you've got proper, you've got, what else have you got? You've got...
Pudala.
Who?
Called Pudala.
Pudala?
Yep.
You've also got, you've got the specific BDUs for the Law Enforcement Academy at Chipola.
Correct.
You carry a lot of accessories.
We carry polos.
You've got the polos too, and you've got a lot of BDUs and TDUs. Things like that, people want to buy those. They don't necessarily have to have an ID to buy that kind of stuff.
That's correct. If it's not something that has to do with law enforcement that anyone can wear, anybody can buy it. They can buy boots. They could buy. We have polos that have nothing on them. Now we have ones that are FDC. They can't have that unless they're a correctional officer. And what happens through time is we look at people's IDs when they come in, we make sure we know who they are, then eventually we don't keep checking because we know them.
True.
Once we get to know you, we know you. But if there's any question, I've told anybody that helps us out over there, if there's any question about anything, check their ID.
And John, as a law enforcement myself, Keith a law enforcement, and you yourself one, are you available in a spiritual capacity to talk,
Absolutely.
to help counsel, or
Absolutely.
to just listen?
A lot of times police officers have a tough time speaking to people because they don't trust people. You have a tendency of seeing the worst in people over a period of time.
That is
and
true.
It's amazing that if a police officer in any way feels depressed or thinks about killing himself, they're going to right away take him off the road, take his weapon. So you know what I find happens? They just don't tell anybody.
That's true, John.
So that now they're left to themselves with no one to help them because they're afraid of losing what they've worked for when all they need is they're crying out for help and they need something.
Right.
I've found as a minister, I'm here to listen to them. I'm here to help them. I want to tell you something that George Bush said one time. Charities can give you help, but the Lord can give you hope.
Man,
And
that's powerful.
Absolutely. So what I found is I share the gospel with people. I listen to people. I pray for people. I've had people come to me. I had a law enforcement officer years ago come to me because he and his wife were having a baby, and the doctor said the baby could be Down syndrome and that he recommended aborting it. Now, I don't believe in abortion. There's people that do, but I'm not one that does. I don't believe in any abortion. And so I believe in life, and I choose life. And so this fella called me, and he was upset because he felt like, what should he do? You know, should he go along with what the doctor said? Should he do what he knows to be right with God? And I told him, well, this is what I can do for you.
Right.
I said, I'll pray for you. And I prayed for him right there over the phone. I like doing that because people can hear what you're praying, and they can agree with you in prayer. And when it was done, I prayed that child would be healthy. I prayed everything would work itself out and that God would be glorified. They had the baby, and it's the most beautiful little girl you ever saw.
Oh, man, that is amazing.
Absolutely. He
Miracles
chose.
happen every day, don't they, John?
They do every single day. A lot of times we're not seeing it. Sometimes God protects us from things we don't even know what He protects us from.
Amen to that.
And
amazing.
I want to touch on something right here while we're talking about this too. We are for the community. All three of us, we've worked in law enforcement, and this
Yes.
includes corrections, first responders, dispatchers, all that. In that profession, we have a higher risk of substance abuse, which includes alcoholism, divorces, suicide. The risk goes up because of the
Yes.
things that these type of professions are exposed
Yeah, the trauma,
to.
right?
The trauma.
Absolutely.
So while we're talking about this, I want to kind of talk to the spouses of these people, friends of these people. Mental health is a big thing for us.
Absolutely.
Mental health is a big thing. Going to Carter's and talking to them, which is available to anybody. I'm sure you wouldn't turn anybody away, even if they're not in law enforcement. Just to go there and be able to talk to some people that understand what you're going through can help. Just getting it off your chest, being able to talk to somebody without judgment,
Yes.
helps tremendously. So I just want to put that out there. He is available for that also. You can make contact with him through Carter at Carter's.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
John, what's the contact number? Have you got you want to give out the store number?
Absolutely. 850-526-4205.
And a little disclosure here. I got to tell you guys, I have had those problems in my life
Yes.
and my law enforcement career. And there was a saying in corrections, Keith, when I first started back in early 90s when I was a correctional officer. It was do your 8 and hit the gate, right?
Yes.
And don't bring it in with you. And don't take it home with you.
Don't take it home with you.
But it's extremely hard to do.
Yes.
It's hard. It's easy to say that things don't get to you,
Yes.
but that's a lie.
Oh, it is.
That's a bald-faced lie.
It gets to everybody.
I mean,
It
something
really
as
does. It
simple
gets
as
to everybody.
it's something as simple as from working day shift, and now you've got night shift. You're going to be working midnights.
Yep.
You haven't just seen a murder or a horrible sexual assault, sexual battery, kidnapping, or violent crime scene. You're just switching from days to nights.
Yes.
That's stress.
The stress on your body, the stress
Absolutely.
on your family. just from that shift. And like I said, all three of us here understand what that is.
Yeah. Talk to somebody. Reach out to somebody. I will personally disclose to you that it has been hard for me to be open about things that have happened in my life and the trauma that I've experienced as well. And I have seen some stuff, son.
Yep.
I have seen some stuff.
Yep.
And to have somebody to talk to, John, it literally makes a difference between night and day.
Something we used to do at the church, and we haven't done in quite a while, but we did it a lot at one time, especially when I was still working. And we'd have service Wednesday at 7. As soon as service was over, let's say 8 o'clock, 8:15, the law enforcement officers of the church would stay behind. And everybody kind of went on out. We'd sit there. And what I used to say is, what's said in here stays in here. Mm-hmm. And just talk about whatever. And I'd have somebody say, I've been getting angry a lot lately.
Yeah.
Or I've been dealing with this. Mm-hmm. And we not only would talk to them, we'd pray for them. Something I found is, as a police officer, a couple things. You can't take the job personal. If you do, it'll kill you.
Amen.
You have to be able to forgive, even forgive people that seem unforgivable. You need to forgive. I've got a guy I've worked with, I used to tell him, you upset me today, you'll have another opportunity tomorrow. Every day is a brand new day.
That's right.
Brand new. And I love that. You can't hold on to yesterday. So if you're, I'll tell you, being a police officer is a perfect job for a conservative, born-again Christian. Because if you're a Christian, people are going to talk bad about you, even if you do nothing wrong.
Absolutely.
And if they have nothing else to say, they'll make something up.
They'll make something up.
So whatever it is, they'll make it something it wasn't, or add to or take away from, which the Bible says not to do to the word.
Right.
Okay,
right.
So with that, they'll do that to you. Well, as a police officer, they do it too. If you're not friendly enough, you're a jerk. If you're too friendly, you're a flirt. Anything you do, people are going to criticize. It's going to be one of those things where you're under that all the time.
That's right.
So I have found that even as a believer, when you know it's not me they're rejecting, it's Jesus Christ. People that hate me, I've done nothing to, but they hate Jesus in me. And I found when you wear that uniform, they hate what you represent. So it's not you. It's what you represent is what they hate. So I can separate that from me. And whatever it is, I just know when Jesus was on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And I find that with that, as a police officer, I realize that I'm a public servant, and as a minister, I'm a public servant. I'm a servant of God, and police officers are ministers of God in that sense, because it tells us in Romans 13 that they're there, and they have the ability to do what they do, and I thank God for them. And so with it, you are a minister of God for people's safety. You're here to protect people from things they don't even know they need to be protected of.
That's right.
And it's amazing that there's times that we know the answer, but we have to keep our mouth shut.
True.
There's times we like to tell someone what we think. We keep our mouth shut.
True.
So what happens is, even as a Christian we do that, and as a police officer we do that. And I find if you can master the Christian walk in that sense, you can step into that uniform as a police officer and utilize those techniques to get through your career following the Lord.
And you can literally, and we all three of us have, impact people's lives in a positive way, even during a very negative encounter.
Absolutely. Yep. I've seen cases. I had a situation happen on the interstate, which it was a good situation, but it was a bad situation that turned good. And I came up upon this lady on the side of the road, and I stopped to check on her, and I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm fine," and she's swelling. She's crying. And I said, "Well, ma'am, apparently not, because you're crying. Can you tell me what's going on? I mean, I'm here to help you. What's going on?" She said, "My daughter died."
Oh, no.
And I have to go identify her body.
And that still traumatizes you even to this day, don't you?
I get emotional just talking about it. But what's beautiful is the fact that I said, "Well, ma'am," and this is time where we set our law enforcement aside. I let them know this. I'm not representing the state right now. I'm just a person here to help. I said, "May I say a prayer for you?" She said, "Please." And she reached out of the car, took my hand, and I prayed for her the prayer of faith, and peace came over her. And she was able then to start up her car and go do what she did. And she put it on Facebook. She put on Facebook that police officers get a bad rap nowadays, but she told the exact situation step by step, just what I told you of everything that happened. And she said, "Thank you from the bottom of my heart."
Yeah.
Those are the kind of differences you can make in someone's life. And some agencies may frown upon that.
Right.
I want to tell you, if I'm a police chief and I know that my man's out there doing it, I want to tell you right off the bat, I'm behind him. if I know that the worst thing that one of my troopers or one of my police officers is doing is on shift when it's quiet, he's slipping into church.
Right.
Those are the kind of problems I want.
Absolutely. That's the kind of problems that you want to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is men of faith and men of character and men of integrity
Yes.
acting the way that they feel
Yes.
and not pretending to be something they're not. It's okay to ask for help,
Yes, it is.
right?
Yes.
Yep. You know, they'll say nobody cares. God cares and I care.
Yeah. That's right.
Well, y'all anything else?
I just thank you all for the opportunity to be able to be here today to share our heart with the heart of Jackson County.
All right. That's
and I'm
right.
honored to be here.
Yes, sir.
We're honored to have you, John. We really are. And you know, it's to see you choke up. It makes it makes me choke up a little bit too, because 30 years of those kind of stories,
Yes.
it's so dadgum real, and that's stuff from the past. I mean, it would be easy for me to sit here and say, my mother passed away, this is what happened. My father passed away, I get choked up. But we're choking up over complete strangers.
Yes.
So I want to say this, and Keith, you add your part to it too. Man, if our public servants out there, if our servants out there, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to confide in, or just somebody to just listen, or you want to call and you want to scream about something, you can call me.
I was at the college. I've taught a lot of academies. I've taught a lot of law enforcement officers and correctional officers. I've worked with a bunch in both positions. Y'all know how to get up with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Call me. You don't have my number, you can send us an email here, and we'll make contact with you. It is a real thing. We support the whole community. We say this all the time. It's community, law enforcement, first responders, service members, veterans.
That's
Yes.
right.
That's where we're
Our
at.
children, our elderly, and
Elderly children.
and our county as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, John. We're here featuring Carter's Law Enforcement, and because of the experiences the three of us have had, it turns into almost it's a counseling session.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, it's good for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this. I need somebody to hear and bounce stuff off of, and to listen to me.
Yes.
This has been good for me. So I just want to thank the good Lord again for the
you, Jesus.
opportunity that we have to be such a unique broadcast, such a unique platform, one of a kind for Jackson County,
Yes.
and to be able to have this sweet spirit and atmosphere in
Yes.
this studio right here, where you can be comfortable, you can be yourself,
Yes.
and you can let your heart shine
Yep.
and show.
Be real.
Be
Yes.
real.
Be real.
Amen.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to bring this episode to a close. I'm Keith,
I'm Lee.
And I'm John.
and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
I'm going to put the contact information up there one more time. Remember, email heartofjacksoncounty@gmail.com with the Florida statute. Wins the trivia will be the flashlight. Y'all have a great day.
God bless you.